Hey guys, I'm Draco here with another interview, this time with a person you should all know because he's created a lot of fan works, well, not really fan works, I guess, like his own original work of video game inspired content like Tome, which is kind of big, I don't know. He's been on Pokemon, and it's Kirbopher, who absolutely hates it when... What's his name? Oh god, it's been a while since I've actually seen a Tome. The role-playing Ice Dragon Knight guy, I can't remember.
You mean Nylock, master of not remembering anything about the show when I'm being interviewed?
Exactly. Master of Wiki retorts. No, yeah.
Off to a lovely start. None of those things are true.
Yeah.
Not a single thing you just said is true.
No, nothing is true. I'm winging it here harder than a Republican in Congress.
Okay. Welcome to the political horse cast.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
I think we'd have negative viewers at that point.
I don't know. I mean, Rush Limbaugh. But anyway, not neither here nor there. We also have someone who's on the cast of Tome, ShadyVox. He's done a few works in the Brony fandom as well. But ShadyVox is Alpha in Tome, one of the most psychotic characters I've seen in a while.
But most importantly, the best.
Yes, exactly.
That's debatable.
I mean,
Whatever.
Curb versus Alpha. I don't know what would happen there.
That's right, you got Curb and Alpha. Well, Shady's also part of the production crew. He's the sound effects designer and
Audio engineer.
Has recorded vocals for a few of the songs. And also, actually, I guess it's not a big deal if I talk about this, but he actually has just provided some music for the new episode we're working on right now, but I won't...
Oh, that thing! Yes, I have. It's great.
Yeah,
It's fantastic. Well, of course it is. I made it, so it is. Yes.
Alright, so let's jump right into it. You're a Newgrounds animator of sorts. You've worked with Rena with a silly thing called Brawl Taunts before, which I'm sure a lot of people have seen in their heyday. What actually started that whole venture into Brawl Taunts? Was it just like
God. That's how we're starting this?
This is how we're starting this, yes.
Oh, man. Well, okay, so Kira Buckland, who's actually in Tome as well, she plays Forever, the announcer girl. She and I have known each other since 2005? Yeah. Very long time. So, we're good friends. And Smash Brothers had just come out, and it was the talk of the town. And she wrote a script for a machinima, not like the company, but like a machinima, as in like using the game models and stuff. And she wrote the script for it was basically, it started as just things you'll never hear characters in Super Smash Brothers Brawl say. That was the whole premise of the thing.
Oh god, that sounds great.
So
this totally doesn't sound like a Barstool idea at all.
I mean,
but Barstool ideas are the best ideas.
They technically are. Now, Brawl Taunts, funny. The art style kind of, sort of, it shows its age. But anyway, it's funny, it's hilarious, it's kind of true. Things you'll never hear in Brawl because Nintendo is a little uptight.
It's not that they're uptight. It's just like they've made their business off of doing stuff like this.
True.
And it works and.
Reggie will maul our faces off.
But basically, she wanted to do this thing, and she couldn't find somebody to do the machinima graphics for it and stuff, or the animating, quote unquote.
Right.
So I was like, I'll make it as a cartoon. I'll tell you what. But she had just started doing voiceover work professionally. She'd just been in an anime called Ica R16 Virgin Mission. Go look that one up on Amazon.
I was gonna say I wouldn't Google that. That sounds like I'd get a lot of results I wasn't looking for.
It's not a hentai. It's very dirty. It's very fan servicey, but it's not like a hentai or anything.
No, just keywords in that title.
Virgin Mission. Yeah. A lot of boobs and panties. I don't know what
go on.
I don't know what your age rating is, so you can bleep me if you want. Anyway, I was like, buy me the DVD of your first anime so I can check out your first professional voice role, and I'll just make the cartoon for you in 3 days. And she's like, all right. So she did.
All right, but that's a bleep.
It was a commission, basically. I was like, all right, so I made Brawl Taunts in 3 days.
Hey, that's
Literally 3 days.
Dang. That's pretty
Did you
good.
sleep, or did you just kind of Iron Man this one
I mean,
out?
like it over the course of 3 days.
Okay.
I did it.
Okay.
And so I put it out, and then like the following day, I had like 100,000 views. It was on the front page of Newgrounds. And it just took off, exploded in like a few weeks. I'm like, what? And then she commissioned me to do a sequel, and I'm just like, okay. And
If you're paying me money, then sure, go ahead.
yeah.
And then the third one was like, I'm done.
The third one, I didn't want to do okay, the story with the third one is I didn't want to do it, but the thing is, Brawl Taunts is Kira's project. Like, it's her thing. And I'm like, I don't want to stop you from doing something that is your property, quote unquote, your property of other characters, etc. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
it's like, I don't want to crush your dreams, but this is going to take a lot of influence.
well, it wasn't even that. I just wasn't up for it. And she was very respectful, and she said, all right, well, I don't want to do it, like, if you don't want to. And other animators were offering themselves to do it in my stead, and she was like, well, are you comfortable with that? I'm like, all right, look, if you do it as like a collab, that's fine. My one demand is let me do the intro and let me do whatever I want. So I made the intro where Kirb is like yelling and screaming and jumps out the window, and she didn't see that until it was done. I did that. It was basically me. It was me venting, basically. And then we put the whole thing out, and it was a disaster, and that was the end of the trilogy of basically.
I'm surprised because
she and I have both moved on to much bigger and better things. She's doing tons of professional work. She's in tons of anime and games and stuff, and she's awesome. And I'm doing my own thing and all that. So
Oh, it's pretty good.
I mean, if you look at the resume you have up on your website, I mean, I wouldn't say that you're not successful.
Yeah,
Well.
I mean, you've got a lot of stuff under your belt. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue with Cryomore, which is a huge indie Kickstarter. Skullgirls, which when I saw that on your Newgrounds, I immediately looked into Skullgirls a little bit more, and holy crap, is that a hard game.
yeah, it's the most hardcore fighting game in existence.
Now, to stray a little bit from the, I guess you could say, Brawl Taunts, like, giggles, most people would have, the Brawl Taunts giggles, where you giggle a little bit and then you move on. There's I can't remember the exact name of it, but you called it the TFA. It was basically sprites. It was Tome, but with sprites back in the day.
TTA.
Yeah, TTA, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of the precursor to Tome. Not as in like you'd have to watch it to get what happens in Tome. I actually recommend against that, but it was the original version of it that I did years ago. It was a sprite series. It had 73 episodes in a movie, and it was a fun project. It was my first long-term, venture into storytelling and animating. I used animation in very heavy quotations on TTA because it was not a lot of actual animation. But it was a great experience. I had a lot of fun doing it, and then my interest took me elsewhere because I was, getting into more, actual animation, and then I was getting kind of invested in doing parodies for a while and etc. But it was a fun experience, and it kind of became like the groundwork for when I eventually decided to reimagine it as Tome, many years later.
Yeah, it's been a few years at least. Can't remember. I just remember I marathoned it one day when I was just off work. I was like, oh, okay, I'm kind of hooked.
God, you're watching Brawl Taunts and TTA. I'm so sorry.
I apologize on his behalf.
Anyway, we got ShadyVox in here, so we need to talk to him a little bit. I guess I don't know.
I'm just here for the food.
Oh no, you already paid him, for God's sake. I mean,
Yeah, I know. But he's not what we call a nice lady, so I can't just pay him and be done with him. So, but anyway,
I could be a very nice lady.
yeah.
All right, Shady, you've done a lot of work in a fandom which we're not going to discuss. But what actually got you started into music?
Oh Christ! I really have no idea. I think it kind of branched from doing. Before I even started getting into voice acting, I did radio a lot. I did it for an online Flash game. It was like a fan-made radio, and I was there for a while. And then from there, from doing radio, I branched into voice acting, and then from voice acting, I sort of branched into sound effects design. But at the same time, I was like doing sound effects design. I was thinking, hey, I need music. Okay, I'll just like pay all these guys all this money to make them music. And I was like, hang on, what if I could pay myself to make music? And then I just sort of branched in there. I guess like I kind of started playing Rock Band like 4 or 5 years ago. I played it religiously. I play drums. And then from drums, I moved on to guitar, which I picked up about 8 months ago, and then just self-taught. And since then, I've just been composing because I find it really inspiring to make your own opportunity. It's great because when you're making your own music, you're making your own opportunities, and I find that really cool to finish a piece of work and say, hey, I made that.
All right, well,
Kind of cool.
You're both
Familiar with Rocksmith at all? Did you hear about that program?
Yeah, I use that. I have it on Steam. I don't use it because for some reason it doesn't work with my my freaking guitar. Like the wire
that
doesn't
sucks.
register and it doesn't pick it up. But I do have it. I do have it on Xbox.
Okay, I was gonna say they have a new one slated to release that's supposed to work with, most brands of electric guitar. If you just get a USB hook that comes with the program, it actually looks pretty interesting.
What's this? A new rock?
They're making a new Rocksmith.
This guy is a Rock Band like maniac. I don't think you understand like what you're unleashing upon the world
Yes.
right now.
I think we just caused reason for his stack of stuff to do to get multiplied by like 10.
Oh God, yeah.
It's okay. I wasn't planning on doing anything for Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to spread the good word of video games and potentially ruin lives by sinking immense amounts of time into them.
That's okay. You won't hear from me for 4 months, but that's okay.
Guys, episode
sounds like
9's
the
not
first time
coming
I've
out
heard
now.
Dang it! All right. Well, you guys are both voice actors for multiple games, multiple animations.
I've currently only got one game under my belt, technically speaking.
Full of lizard men in that game.
We were. It was fantastic.
It was fun.
Which game are you referring to exactly?
Dust.
Dust and Elysian Tale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dust is a pretty good game. If anybody,
I played it.
It's okay, I guess. It's a thing. It's a game.
No, it's okay. Whatever. It was made by like one guy.
One guy, who put like several years of his time into it. It's all right. It's okay.
yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's one guy. Yeah, he just kind of came up with it, did it, wrote it, did everything except for the music. I think it was.
It's got like half the cast of Tome in it as well. Actually.
Yeah, it has.
It's got a lot of people. Like,
It does. I was going to say, who doesn't it have is really a better question.
When you have Flame Girl as a rabbit, I think you have a good game.
Okay, I don't know where you're going with that one, but
You know what I'm going at.
gross.
anywho,
Help me, Dust. Help me.
That actually is that's kind of where I found Anna. Yeah, well, actually, kind of to tie it into the whole thing. So Devin Mack, who is the voice of Raccoon on Tome, he was contacted by the creators of the game to do a voice of a character, and he was like, I'm not really interested in doing voice work freelance right now, but I would love to cast for your game because he's a great casting and voice director, and he's actually helped me out on Tome a few times. So he got a whole bunch of people kind of in our circle, like kind of the lesser known, like online voiceover kind of people that, he's known for many years, and a few new people such as Anna Kingsley, who did Haley in Dust, and she was also Flame Girl in Tone, who I discovered through Mac when he was casting for that game. And it was cool, and he got a lot of really awesome up-and-coming actors like Lucian Dodge and Kimlin Tran, Edward Bosco, who play the 3 lead characters, and a whole bunch of other people. And Shady and I, who he was impressed with our work on during the audition process for a lot of the main characters, and he was like, "Hey, I want to have you guys involved, so I want you guys to play these soldier characters." So without spoiling too much, we play some characters towards the end of the game. If you play through, you can see what our involvement is. But yeah, it was really cool. We had like a line each basically, but
What was I? I was D, I think.
yeah, I was A.
Yeah, I had the D. It was great.
Oh, God. You just must have milked the hell out of that joke.
Oh man.
Actually, that's the first time I've ever done it, but now on realizing I'm going to keep doing it.
That as an out, and this is the first time you've ever used it.
Yeah. So, Shady, what's your video game resume? I was the D.
I was Lizard Man D.
I was Lizard Man D. I was the D. I was the D. I was the D.
I've been several Soldier A's in like anime and video games and like that now. So.
Yeah, I mean, you've been in Pokemon.
Now you're a lizard soldier.
You've been in Pokemon too, as a few side characters that kind of reoccur every once in a while. I mean, what was the one that we just recently?
Well, I've had just the two characters. The one that I originally had was this character Corey, who is his existence was to promote Heart Gold and Soul Silver coming out at the time, back in like 09, 010. It's weird to say 010.
Yeah, that is
in
weird.
For five episodes. That was a ton of fun. My first professional voice gig, and I could not have had a better one, probably. A huge honor, awesome experience. And then I just did I got called in to do a little bit character for one episode on Black and White. This character
Roran?
Okay, his Japanese name is
Did you just say Japanese?
Goda.
You did. You just said Japanese.
It's like, okay, good, thank you. Like, this is the type of humor you can expect from Shady, making fun of my syntax. Is that the best you got?
It's what I do. Shut the up. Do you have a bleeper, by the way?
Oh yeah, we got bleepers. We got a ton of bleepers.
Getting censored all to hell and back. Yeah.
I'm a League of Legends player. I know what.
Can I just do a test on your bleeper to see which one gets bleeped?
Yeah, we're not going to go George Carlin on here, are we?
I could.
One scene from Austin Powers where he's on what is he on Mari or something where they start getting into a swear off and the guys in the FCC have just censored the whole thing and are just kind of looking at each other like, what the hell are we gonna do with these people?
Yeah. Okay. So Pokemon Black and White. I mean, to get on Pokemon itself is kind of a big thing, just because it's a big named game and anime in America now.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you were casted for this role, even if it was a 1 or 2 off?
Corey in particular, I mean, like, you know, the Black and White character was just like a quick little like in and out kind of gig, and it was still fun. But Corey was a huge honor because I mean I had 5 whole episodes to myself. I got to do because I mean I grew up with the show, like, you know, like I'm sure a lot of you guys did too. Like, you know, getting to do all the catchphrases. I got to have a battle with Ash. I got to catch a Pokemon. I got to stop Team Rocket. You know, I got to call out attacks and etc. Just like doing all the staples and tropes of the show for, you know, by that point I think it was the 12th season. It was like it was the 2nd or 3rd part of Diamond and Pearl, I believe. And you know, it's in like its 15th or 16th season now. It's still going. Then X and Y is going to be starting up soon as well.
It's still as big as ever, man. It's
bigger than ever. It's huge.
And you know? Ash is still 10?
Shh, don't worry about it. Yeah. By the way, actually, speaking of that, you guys should check out on Cartoon Network. They're going to be showing
new episodes of Gumball.
Yes. That also. You should also watch The Amazing World of Gumball.
I watch that show all the time.
They're going to.
Yes.
High five. That show's awesome.
It is so awesome.
They're going to be showing the Genesect movie, and also I believe they said that they're going to be showing a preview of Pokemon X and Y, the animated series. So you should definitely check that out because it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm excited for that and the game and all that stuff. Very much so. But anyway, Pokemon. No, it was great. It was really awesome. I worked with Tom Wayland, who's been working in the anime industry for ever, literally. Who was super cool. So he's become a friend now. And it was just great. It was just a huge honor. I mean, like, it was my first professional voiceover gig. Getting to do a show that I grew up with for over a decade of my life. It's like, that does not generally happen to people, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm very, very thankful for it. And I've since become friends with a few of the cast and the production crew and whatnot. And they're all awesome, super talented people. And, you know.
That's a pretty good notch in your belt right there.
Oh, yeah. So did you do lines remotely, or did they bring you into the studio for that?
Oh, yeah, no, you do it all in the studio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Generally, they, like, for anime, they, you know, 99.9% of the time, they bring you into the studio, because you have to dub to picture. Obviously, you're dubbing over the Japanese version. And, you know, so they set you up, like, they basically set you up a couple seconds before the line, and they go, and then on the fourth invisible beep, like 3, 2, 1, go, and then you do the line and you sync up with the anime flaps and stuff.
Anime flaps. I'm going to start using that now.
That's what they call the
That's what they call it.
That's what you call them.
No, they call it lip flap, and like that's
is that an industry
lip
term?
flap, not freaking anime flap.
Oh, I call it that. You know what I mean.
You know what? I do know what you mean, but
God.
I'm frankly a little bit disappointed.
No wonder you two get along so well. Just watching Curb and Alpha in the series butt heads. It's no wonder.
No, if anything at this point, Alpha would have been submissive and ducked out of the conversation and just accepted that he was right.
That or became emo and like red-eyed and
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know when you're hurting people through a video game, that's so emo, right? Absolutely.
That is. What are you on about? That's the definition of it.
I mean that's how My Chemical Romance is with me through the radio. I just like physically hurt every time it comes on. I'm sorry, My Chemical Romance is okay. Not my type of music though. But anyway,
You're okay.
Blaring on the quad the other day. I'm like, this isn't middle school.
Alright, so Tome, your big project, Chris. Tome is...
My Chemical Romance, your big band, Chris.
You're my big band, like the Skullgirl.
I frigging knew you were going to say that, goddammit.
Hello, I'm ShadyVox. I'm British. I'm from Liverpool. Hello, my name's Kirbopher, and I love anime flaps, even though they're not.
That's my impression of you doing an impression of me.
Go find that. Go find it.
This is the conundrum of when you work with abridgers. Like this is my impression of somebody else's impression of somebody's impression of a Japanese character. It's like good.
God, it's like that friggin' South Park joke all over again.
Oh man. But anyway, Tome.
Yeah.
It's your huge project. It's basically a TV series without being on TV or having a huge production crew.
It's basically a TV series, except it's not on TV.
It's what I guess what the new kids on the block would call like a web series. I don't know. It's some newfangled technology. Hold on, I have to get the dust off my Atari 2600.
They programmed this on an Atari 5200. I said 5200 to show that I know things about video games.
Oh, Christ.
All right, but yeah, Tome. It's basically an MMO world, social battle aspects. What actually made you come up with that story arc idea in the first place?
Drugs and alcohol.
Well, yeah. Mostly crack.
I like
I was going to say Barstool ideas are just kind of super prevalent in this conversation, but now it's like kitchen table.
Okay. I'll admit, I'm gonna go way back. So, all right. So when it was the year 2003, I think. So Mike Lucas, my best friend, who is the one of the character designers of the series, he moved away, and we were keeping in touch over a message board of a website called TV Tome, which is now no longer TV Tome. It's just TV.com. It's a totally different thing. But it was basically like Wikipedia before there was Wikipedia. And it was just about TV shows and movies and like actors and...
Do you mean TV tropes or something else?
No, TV Tome. No, TV Tropes is awesome though. No, TV Tome was an old website that was just like, it was like a database, like a Wikipedia kind of thing for Wikipedia. And there was a message board, and Mike and I used to keep in touch with each other on the message boards, and Instant Messenger and all that stuff. And we made a lot of our first internet friends on this message board. None of which we ever talked to anymore. But there were no images on this message board, and we were like, oh, we're artists, let's draw things. So we had this thing where we were making interpretations of what would this person's screen name look like as a character. So we made like Flame Girl and Game Crazed and Nihilok and Demon King and Neo Mutant and all these things. And some of them were also, like Big Scary Tyranitar and Groudon and Pokemon name. Like some of them were just
so lame.
Some of them were literally just like, character name and then something else. So we'd like, let's do something different with that. But we would create characters based off of that and whatnot. And then we like made characters out of them, and I wrote a little story. And because at the time, Mike and I were really big into Dot Hack and Mega Man Battle Network. which were both like cyber world kind of thing, and we also loved Reboot on Toonami.
Oh, Reboot!
Oh my god, my childhood is just flooding back to me in droves.
Awesome. Yeah. And so we loved like cyberpunk stuff, computer world kind of things. And with Dot Hack in particular, I was really intrigued by this whole idea of like a virtual reality game, where you like make an avatar character and you can play and stuff like that. And I was just really intrigued by a lot of it. And then Shingo Adachi, who's the character designer for Mega Man Battle Network that I recently met at Otakon, awesome guy, was a big influence on my art style at the time. So I was really, deep into that stuff. And we just thought, oh, why don't we like make a story out of it? Like, let's take all these characters we made and make a whole story out of it. So we did. And we wanted to do it as a comic, and then I wanted to do it as a game, and that didn't happen. And then I just picked up a copy of Flash. I learned how to use Flash one summer, 2004. And I just started making Flash movies out of it, and that was where the original TTA, TV Tome Adventures, came from. Excuse me. And then years later, I was inspired and wanted to bring it back, and I conceptualized a whole reboot of the story and then made new versions of the characters and stuff, and here we are. So,
wow. That's quite a bit of history.
It was the most inspired by like all the cyberpunk stuff that Mike Lucas and I grew up with, like Reboot and Dot Hack and Mega Man Battle Network and stuff in particular. That's where all that came from, which is funny because people think of like Sword Art Online and Summer Wars, which are both great. I've seen Summer Wars, I haven't seen Sword Art. But it's funny. People think that's where I get the inspiration from. It's like, nope, I haven't seen Sword Art, and Summer Wars was way after I came up with everything. So
yeah, people don't realize how exactly old TTA is.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's like whatever,
Yeah, it is fine. And Tome is a great story so far. I mean, we still haven't seen episode 9, and according to conversation earlier, we're not going to get it now because Shady's going to go play Rocksmith.
Series is canceled. Sorry.
If anyone asks, it's your fault.
Yeah,
technically, it's a co-host's fault. I can get rid of him.
All right.
Remember,
good luck. Good luck dealing with viral and.
Yeah, technically, this is my podcast, so it rolls downhill.
Yep.
Anyway.
Politics going on here. I want to be part of it.
Look, you two can butt heads and Draco and I can butt heads. This is how it works.
Yeah.
Can I just butt?
I guess so. I mean, there's nothing stopping you.
You do all the time anyway. So
yeah.
I'm not a cop, so I mean.
Anyway.
Even if you were a cop, it wouldn't stop me.
Okay, well, Skullgirls was thrown around earlier. Now, you did character animation for Skullgirls. Now, how fun was that? Or, let me back step here. How did you get into that, rather?
It was just very simply, I just applied for the job, I did a test, and I got hired on board it. The only really interesting part of the story of how I got it was that I originally applied to be a cleanup artist, which I'm friends with many of them. In fact, a few of them have actually worked on Tome. And the cleanup on Skullgirls is brutal. It's super difficult because the art is just gorgeous and super detailed, and they work really hard. But I originally thought, oh no, the animation's way too difficult for me. I would never be able to do it. So I tried the cleanup test, and I wasn't very good at it. But they said, hey, the crew saw your thesis film that you just did for college. We'd really like for you to try the animation test. And I was like, are you sure? Because I really think it'd be better. Can I give the cleanup test another shot? And they were like, just please do us a favor. Please just try the animation test. And I'm like, all right. So I did the best job I could. And they were like, we're really glad that you did because you're hired. You did a fantastic job. And I was like, oh my God. So I got it. And I did animation for Parasol, a lot of stuff for Miss Fortune, who's my favorite, Painwheel, a little bit of stuff for Valentine. A couple background characters, and then just recently did like a little tiny bit of stuff for Squiggly. So it's a great experience. All the people that work on Skullgirls are just like super talented, and it's the little indie game that could. It's just done so well for itself, and it's something really proud to.
What's upsetting? I still have yet to play it.
That's it's super hard. I don't know how big into fighting games you are.
All I can say is holy. That is, it's kind of hard, especially when you go against Peacock.
Oh, yeah. I was actually, back here on campus, we have, like, the Electronic Game Society, so they had, like, a fighting cabinet night, and they had Skullgirls out. I was doing decently just because, I'd played the game in the past, and then I see some kid walk up with a fight stick, and I'm like, nope, I'm gonna quit now. I'm done. Not doing this. He's Asian. He's got a fight stick. I know what's gonna happen next. I am not doing this.
Yeah, it's super hard. I played it with Crikey Dave Smith. He was also an animator on the game. He did Double's intro, which was awesome.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
A lot of other stuff. And he also does backgrounds for Tone. So he's
doesn't he also does a thing, or is that?
Yes, he does. Yes,
he does. Yes.
Does a thing. And then voices it as well. And he does a comic called Maze, M-A-I-Z. You go to mazecomic.com. Please check that out because more people need to read that comic. It's awesome.
Oh, that's a good way. That's a good way to plug stuff right there.
Yeah. No, seriously, like Dave deserves like all the credit ever. Like
he's pretty good. Yeah, I like the
He's a side guy and a couple other things too, if I'm not mistaken.
This is true. Yes. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, we played the game at Youmacon last year. Yeah, and I think he won. I think he probably beat me. I don't remember. But we're terrible at traditional fighting games. But it's an awesome game. It's super in depth. Mike Z is a genius programmer. Alex Ahad is an awesome character designer and artist and animator. Muriel Cartwright, who's one of the lead animators, and Richard, and all the guys that worked on it. I had the pleasure of meeting all like the main crew of the game when I went to go visit California recently, and yeah, they're all just awesome. So just being in league with such amazing artists is just like a real honor, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of humbles you a little bit. Like, oh God, I got in here with all these people. I
gotta step my shit up. I gotta do a good job. You know?
Oh God, Senpai noticed me. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. You know, I mean, like, there's a few people like that I've used where it's like, oh, Senpai, you know, like kind of, you know, it's a big honor, you know. But like everybody's just kind of a normal dude, and everybody's like always cool. Like, oh yeah, let's shoot the shit. Let's draw some pictures together. When I got some sketches and stuff from everybody when I went to visit, and they were all just really nice. And like, oh yeah, oh it's cool, oh yeah, awesome, you know, oh tell them, yeah, you know. So it's a big honor.
Well, Chris, Shady, you guys have gone to multiple conventions. Chris, you've been to Otakon multiple times.
I have for I think 8 years now, maybe.
Yeah. What's the reception been to your works? Has it been getting increasingly more positive, or has there just been like, oh God, I hate you all, go die in a corner?
No, it's never been like that.
I've yet to meet anybody who's outwardly like said that to me face to face.
Outwardly hostile to you?
I haven't had any hostile situations. I've had some disturbing interactions, but as far as reception goes, everything's always been positive.
And what about you, Chris? Like Otakon, just mostly positive reaction from your fans?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll go over to Little Kariba's t-shirt booth and quote unquote help him sell t-shirts, aka I go there and be a leech. So I can sit next to him and sign autographs once in a while, and somebody
just
will
suck up all the popularity.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't often get recognized. Very, very, very rarely. Sometimes, like, 2 or 3 people at the most will recognize me, like, when I'm not around somebody else that is more recognizable, like Martin. Like, when people see me, like, around Martin, like, oh, it's Curb, oh, what's up? And they're always very, very nice. I've also never had anybody that's come up to me at a convention and has, like, been a dickhead or whatever. You know, everybody's really cool. You know, and I'm also very grateful. Martin has been such a giving, creative guy, you know, both in terms of, like, what he's done for the show, you know, playing Nylock and whatnot, and, you know, helping to give exposure, and just being a great friend. He's just a lovely, lovely guy, and he's always, like, totally cool with having me hanging out and whatnot, and, you know, and I do actually try to, like, help with, like, selling the shirts and stuff, like, whenever I can and stuff, you know. I'm not running around doing a million things. But, you know, he works super hard. But yeah, no, sorry, to answer the question, yeah, everybody's always just wonderful, and it's great nowadays that, like, the main thing that I get when I go to conventions is, like, oh, dude, I love Tone. I'm really excited about the new episode. And sometimes when I'll see people at conventions, I'll be like, hey, listen, just between you and me, it's going to be in the next episode. You know, I'll tell them about, like, a guest we have coming up. I was teasing some of the guests we had in episode 8 when I was at Otakon, like, oh, do you like Brawl Taunts? Oh, Kira Rina-chan's going to be in the next episode. Oh, you like Dragon Ball Z? We're talking about Dragon Ball or something. Or you like, I don't know, or you listen to 918 The Fan, oh, Jackie Florian, Christina V, Kyle Hebert, etc. They're going to be in here, etc.
Oh, look at you little schmoozer.
No, it's cool, because I feel like, oh, you know, like that'll be between you and me, because they're not going to, like, go on. The show isn't so popular that then that person will go on a message board and be like, oh my God, I just found out the da-da-da, because, like, nobody, like, they'll
just go to their lonely little live journal. plug away to their like 16 fans, and then nothing happens.
I'm gonna keep it to myself, or just share it with my friends and I that like the show, and we'll just then we'll like we knew ahead of time, it'd be cool about it. It's I don't know, it's kind of neat to do that,
Yeah, I mean it makes the fans interactive in a way that they're not influencing the show, but they know what's coming beforehand. It's kind of a two-step, I guess you say, PR process where you're getting the show's name out there and getting excitement for it, so we get a lot more views. Now, the question I have, though, is mainly, could you see Tome getting big enough to where a TV studio wants to pick it up?
I don't know. Well, see, the thing is that doesn't happen very often. The only really close example to that I can even think of would be like The Annoying Orange, where because
the bastardization of television.
No, but I mean, like, look, regardless of your opinion, the fact of the matter is the thing got millions upon billions of views.
Yeah, it did.
True.
And Cartoon Network clearly was like, oh, like, we want a piece of that pie. Here's a TV show deal. Now, that's the only, case of that I've ever seen. So, would that happen to me? I have no idea. I don't know. And I don't necessarily, like, I don't produce the show hoping, like, oh man, I hope I get a TV show deal. It would just be the end of me if I didn't. It's, I have the complete creative freedom to just do whatever I want. And I'm very appreciative of that. So I just try to do whatever I can to make the best show I can, and just something that's creatively satisfying to me, and and something that other people that I work with, like Shady, want to be involved with, and it's it's just really kind of as simple as it goes, So
sometimes the simplest solution is the best solution. Especially when you're in creative control of it and you don't want to release that. Because we all know how TV stations are. I mean, even in our D-Pad and I, is a little corner of a fandom, we've seen some, yeah. But
not even that. I mean, it happens all the time. You see a lot of shows start out with the best intentions. Like, you get, what was it? It'll come back to me at some point, but like main character has to go a certain way, or plot falls out one way, and then the TV station's like, no, the character was too popular, bring him back, and it completely kills the show.
Like Transformers.
Yeah, and
True.
You know what? The thing about that is, I mean, to tie it into my own stuff, like, I know that there are certain characters who are more popular than others, and ones that maybe people might want to see more of, and I get, like, actually, okay, here, I'll even bring an example. I don't even give a shit. Alright, so the new episode came out. Spoiler if you haven't seen it already. So everybody thought that, like, Archie, who was in episode 7, was going to be, like, this big, huge, like plot point important, like, super character. And he represented something more about Curb's development as opposed to, like, he's part of this big thing of the plot. So, and I don't want to give away, like, what may or may not happen with him or the other characters in the future, but it's just, I think it's interesting that people are invested in, like, interested in that kind of thing without my even noticing, but that doesn't mean that now all of a sudden, because everybody's like, oh man, Archie, I'm not going to, like, give him more attention than I intended, in the future, whether I do or not. I'm not going to, say one way or the other. I'm not going to do that purely based off of just because people like him. And like with Nylok, for instance, like Nylok is the most popular character with the fans, but I don't give him more material or more popularity or more limelight or whatever just because of that. I write whatever material and I do whatever things with him that I want to do because I enjoy the character myself, and I like to do certain things with him, of my own volition and not based off of specific feedback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and you can only sell so many Whoosh shirts.
Well, I mean, but see, that's what I mean. Like that was just out of like, hey, people like the character and they want a little something to take with them, and people really liked and appreciated that, Like, that's something that I mean, like, I could have been like, oh, I'm gonna make a t-shirt of the thing when he's like, 185 cups per hour with the coffee cups everywhere. I didn't want to do that, because it's like, it's not pretentious. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna just make this joke and everybody will think it's hilarious, buy the t-shirt, woo! It's like, no.
You don't want to just convert it into, like, the merchandise mill.
No, and granted, merchandise is cool. I'm not against that at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's not all what it's about.
Yeah,
so.
Well, let's not turn this into Spaceballs where we have everything slapped with the logo.
Merchandising. See, and even that's the whole commentary on it. So.
Yeah. All right, Blake, we've been kind of Shady. We've been kind of not avoiding you, just ignoring you for a little bit here. Because,
Neglecting.
Yeah, neglecting.
That's all right. That's okay.
Neglecting.
We're going to take him out back and beat him with a stick.
At least you're recognizing me.
All right, Shady. Okay, so I'm going to get your prediction first, and then I'll ask Chris, because he's probably going to toy with the viewers a little bit.
Okay.
Who's going to win the Gemini tournament?
Oh,
Well,
you can't
I'm just kidding.
know that, so I can't say anything.
That was the answer!
Dang it!
What the hell is that?
Dang it! No, I was kidding anyway. That stuff I can't. I wouldn't want anyway. All right.
Bitch.
Hey, can't blame a guy for trying.
I will blame you for trying.
Dang it!
Son of a gun.
All right. Well, it's been great talking to you guys, and
Oh, we're done already? It's not even been an hour.
no, it's not even been an hour. But I just want to go ahead and break away from talking about your guys' careers and real quick just talk about the kind of games you guys play outside of creating an entire game.
Sonic 06.
Oh God!
You know, everybody's favorite.
Gotta go fast.
Go fast.
Oh, Lordy.
I'm sorry, but Ego Raptor and John just kind of ruined that for me.
Ruined?
They ruined it?
Do you mean made it amazingly?
They ruined it as in I am never going to be able to play it and have that much fun.
I'm like, no. It made me want to play it, and now I'm good at it. I was at John's house a little while ago, and I brought my copy with him, and I'm like, watch this. And then I beat Silver in 30 seconds, and he's like, I hate you so much. I want to speedrun that entire game for him someday. I hope that happens. I want to do that shit. Anyway.
Just have him sit and watch, just completely, just grumpy.
Just awestruck, like, how the
Alright, Sonic 06 for Chris. And what about you, Shady?
Oh, God. Do you mean favorite game of all time or games that I'm currently playing?
Oh, well, favorite game of all time, we'll do that first, and then we'll do games that you're currently playing.
That's a good question. Probably Banjo-Kazooie, I would have to say.
Oh, that's a pretty good game.
The original.
Which one? Banjo-Kazooie.
Not Banjo-Tooie, not Banjo.
The one that
oh my
is
God.
actually Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, no, I've heard people answer, it's like, oh, the racing one. I'm like, I hate you.
Hey, Shady. Let's do our impression of the history of Banjo-Kazooie, but let me do the ending part, okay?
Okay. Good.
Let's drive cars! History of Banjo-Kazooie in a nutshell. Here you go.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What's weird, actually, about just thinking about this, that joke came from me and Mike Lucas, who I mentioned earlier. We're joking, we were hanging out in the city one day, and we were talking about it, and then we were just going back and forth doing the Banjo-Kazooie noises, and then I just spouted out, let's drive cars! And he was cracking up. Mike Lucas is the guy that, like, he's not like Alpha in any way, but he has the hair, he inspired Alpha originally, and Shady voices Alpha, and we're doing this joke, and because we both like Banjo-Kazooie, it's like, something's weird about this. Like, some weird loop around. What other video games do you like, Shady?
I'm very fond of the Spyro series, the original 3 for PlayStation.
Oh.
The others can go to hell. I think they're terrible.
Skylanders just sells so well.
No, Skylanders is
it's pretty
Yeah, it's
not a Spyro game.
Not a Spyro game per se. It just has Spyro in it, just because they wanted to market.
But they're good. They're good games. People like them.
merchandising.
All right, so games you're currently playing right now?
I'm currently playing Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs.
Oh God, I have such a funny story.
GTA 5 comes out in the UK on the 17th, so I'll be grabbing that. And I also recently picked up the Tomb Raider collection from Steam, so I'm halfway through the first one.
Nice.
Okay, have you played the newer Tomb Raider yet?
I have not.
Ooh, that one, I've played through all the Tomb Raider games. That one, I think, does a lot of justice for what, a modern version of the game is. But, if you're going to be, like, a super fan of, like, classic Tomb Raider from, like, the 90s, you might be a little disappointed.
The one thing...
Isn't that game just, like, a bunch of, like, quick time events and then Laura Post? That's an actor.
Wow.
Laura Croft go like, no, just for like 20 like cutscenes. Like, isn't that the whole fucking
That's the
thing?
beginning of the game, unfortunately. It gets better, but not a lot of people know that.
I remember the like E3 showcase that. I'm just like, oh man, I really want to play this game. Not.
It's a game for sadists, everybody.
Apparently.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a game for those prepubescent teens that need to burn holes in their wallets. But anyway,
Hey, if you can get past that, it's a solid game.
I can't get past that. I'm sorry, I'm a guy.
Then it's not a solid game.
All right, well, you and D-Pad can actually trade stories here, Shady, because you worked on a certain game.
Yeah, I kind of.
Just
no, he's.
Oh,
I worked at Rockstar for a little while, is what he's referring to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Were you in Connecticut?
Well, not right now. I was in Connecticut. I worked up in Andover on GTA 5, actually.
Oh, cool. Actually, Casey Modular, who plays Game Crazed on Tome, he's done a lot for Rockstar.
Nice.
Yeah, he's been in. Let me look him up. He's been in like Red Dead Redemption. I think he was in one of the GTA games.
Maybe, I don't know.
Pretty sure.
I just worked in the development studio with some of the guys there.
Oh, what kind of stuff did you do?
He was the coffee.
Mostly QA and just code stuff.
He was the coffee getter.
I was not the coffee getter, you bastard. I've told you this how many times?
There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay.
It's a foot in the
There's
door.
nothing wrong with that. But I did stuff, dang it. I made an impact on that game.
It's totally
Also,
fine.
I can't read like Reddit r/video games anymore because people just start getting uppity on GTA 5, and I'm just like, must resist the urge to quell stupidity. Oh, God.
All right.
Vernon Cherry in Red Dead Redemption. That's who he was.
Oh.
Ooh, neat.
Continue.
Well, Chris, what games are you currently playing?
I actually, weirdly enough, I don't play a lot of games these days. I'm really busy and I work all the time, so I don't make a whole lot. Sometimes I'll be like, I feel like taking a break and I'll like speedrun Donkey Kong Country or something for like an hour.
I love Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country is awesome. I can
Which
speed
one?
Donkey Kong Country 1 in like an hour, and I can speedrun Donkey Kong Country 2 in about 2 hours.
Nice.
Although I just did it in an hour and 45 recently. I'm working on my record. But like it matters. So that's about. I'll do stuff like that like once in a while, but I actually don't play a lot of like consistent games these days. I don't even know what the most recent game I played was. I just don't make a lot of time for it because I feel the need to like always be working, and I'm like. I don't know, I'm really rough on myself when I don't get enough work done throughout the day, So.
You gotta work in order to have those times of pleasure. So, yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I work on other games also, I mean, obviously, like Skullgirls and Cryamore and A Hat in Time recently and Soul Saga and all that stuff. Not that those take up, like, so much time for me or whatever, but, I'm always involved in gaming things. And for God's sake, I do a show about games.
Yeah.
A cartoon about being in a video game.
Just a bit.
Just a little bit. Oh, God, how can I fit in these pop culture references if I don't play any games? Oh, God.
I've also never played an MMO. Which
Really?
Is weird. So, yeah, I played a simulated MMO because I played .hack.
Well, yeah.
That barely counts.
That was still a pretty good game. And they tried to make it an MMO, but that didn't work. So I was kind of surprised you didn't list off any Final Fantasy games there at all.
Actually, my favorite Final Fantasy game is Super Mario RPG.
It counts!
Yeah,
It does count.
I know that's weird, but I've never owned a Final Fantasy game. I played plenty of them. I've played.
I am guilty of never owning or playing a Final Fantasy game.
Well, you also what system what was your first system again? Did you have a Super?
Like the very first system I can remember?
Did you have a Super Nintendo?
I had a Sega Genesis and a Super Nintendo. Right. My parents spoiled me. I had pretty much every main system going, except for the Dreamcast, but that kind of flopped.
Well, I missed most of the Sega systems. I only had a Genesis.
Okay, you get a Dreamcast now and just start booting up, old CD-ROMs and getting some games on there for free.
Yeah, I had 5 and I had 5 and 6 for the PS1 somewhere. I played 4 at somebody's house for like a few hours. Mike Lucas was huge into 7, so I know like a lot about that one. I've been interested in a lot of them. They look cool. 15 looks pretty awesome. I just haven't played a lot of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't you say, like, just going off the back of it, that you could finish Super Mario RPG in, like, less than 4 hours or something?
No. I can beat it over a couple days. I can't. RPGs are hard to speed run.
Yeah, they are.
You have to
Text. Oh God, text.
But like, I can like pace myself out on Mario RPG pretty well to where I can beat it in like basically 2 days.
Okay.
But you know, I think actually sometime after I finished college, I speed ran the whole game in like a couple hours.
Really?
A couple hours. Sorry, a couple days. I keep mixing that up. Yeah. So because I know that game like in and out, but yeah, I don't play a whole lot of like modern games, weirdly enough, and just a lot of ones that I missed. I don't know, kind of weird. But video games are always so intriguing to me, and they inspire a lot of what I do. So it's very strange.
I mean, if you sat down and played every video game, you would literally die before you finished because there's so many.
Actually, on topic, I could say this because we're on the subject. I recently signed a contract to do the music for a video game.
Oh!
Hey, I can't give away anything just yet, unfortunately.
It's all good.
But production starts in February, which is very cool.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool, yeah. And Chris, sorry. It's Saturday.
Don't worry about it. Bring it on.
It's Saturday. Brain is off. But anyway, Chris, your work on these multiple indie games like Cryamore, Time in a Hat, these games look very reminiscent to older style games like Cryamore, off the top of my head, Secret of Mana. Time in a Hat kind of almost sort of looks like a Mario game in a way, or a Zelda game.
It's very inspired by Mario 64, Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and a little bit of Wind Waker, and Banjo-Kazooie is like the big influences for that game.
Now,
That's cool.
Do you know if they're expected to be out at all now, or are they still trying to finish them up?
Oh well, they're coming out. I don't know when, but they're all being worked on tirelessly by the developers. Or all three of the games that I'm involved with: Hat in Time, Cryamore, and Soul Saga, which is an RPG game featuring Kira Buckland, Rina-chan, as the lead character. Yeah, those are all being worked on, programming wise. For the three of those, I'm just doing voiceover, casting, and direction. Which is just kind of it's whenever they need it. So far, we've cast a few characters for all three of those games, and we expect to be doing some more of that soon. Cryamore, I also might be doing some animation on as well. We'll see what happens. But they're all moving along. Real release dates, I have no idea. Because they're very small teams, even though they're built, very talented people, but they're still small teams compared to the big budget studios and shit. So, but keep following them. Go subscribe to their Facebook pages and then their websites and Twitters and stuff like that. Look up Cryamore, A Hat in Time, and Soul Saga, and you can get all the details on those and just keep up with them because I'm sure there's a lot of really cool shit in the works.
All right, since Chris has already started the shameless plug section, let's go ahead and plug some more things. Chris, obviously you got more work you want to plug. Is there anything else you want to plug decently right now?
I'm going to give a shout out because I invited her. She wasn't available. Liz Losi, who is the script supervisor for Tome for the series. Go follow her on Tumblr, Blizooka, BLIZOOKA.tumblr.com. She's awesome. She's one of the reasons that Tome exists and also keeps the writing from being shitty, to our opinion, hopefully, not to everybody else's. But, who else? Cracky Dave, again, Maze Comic, MAIZ comic.com. Go check it out. It's really, really good. And also there's a motion comic, which I did some casting for, and has a couple Tome voices you might recognize. What else? Yeah, the three indie games, of course, Skullgirls, JonTron. Not that your guys aren't already all fans of John, if you even know who the f*** I am, but he's coming back. He's working really hard on some new shit, and he's awesome, so give him some love. And I feel like there's more people. Somebody will pop into my head probably, but Shady, you plug some people now.
I can't think of anything.
No, really?
Really?
No, I can't. I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, okay, well.
My Bandcamp is cool, I guess.
That's right, yeah. Go to ShadyVox.com/Bandcamp. Or tomeseries.com/bandcamp, because we got some songs on there.
Yeah, like Battle On, which is...
about your Bandcamp, I was talking about mine.
I know, but you make money off of the
Come on, guys. These guys got to make some money. These guys got to eat. You got to at least,
Yeah, he
contribute
makes
something.
money off of the Tone Bandcamp because half the songs are sung by his fat whatever! TomeSeries.bandcamp.com by Battle On Rock and Roll, done by Living Tombstone. Living Tombstone, he's a badass. Go check him out.
Yeah, he is.
I thought you were just going to say Tombstone's a badass.
Actually, because Tombstone did that rock and roll mix of Battle On, we actually put it on Everfree Radio.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, he's awesome. She did the vocals for that. I did the lyrics. Kadjit, Kijito-kun, over 9,000 dude. He did the original composition. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
tell him, great music, great animation. Everybody should go watch it because Chris needs money to eat. No, I mean...
I do. I really do. Buy a t-shirt if you like it. Or if you also, if you're new to the show, and you know who the fuck I am, if you just know me from my old stuff, or if you don't know who I am the first time, go to chrisniosi.com/tome to watch the show. If you want to learn more updates about it, go to facebook.com/tome series. I'm updating on there all the goddamn time about everything ever. And yeah, so go do all of those things for me.
Yeah, there's literally probably 1,000 people you could do shout-outs for, Chris, in your line of work. So
yes, I work with so many amazingly talented, giving, great people. Martin, go to YugiOhBridge.com. He just put on a new episode recently. Go see him at a convention near you, at every convention ever that he goes to. Great guy.
Yeah,
Cool.
I got, what was it, Joey's? Yeah, Joey's voice stuck in my head for a long time. My hair gives me super strength.
That's Joey,
Yeah.
right? Except
I think
it's
that's
not.
Tristan.
No, it's Tristan. Yeah, it's Tristan. Yeah, sorry. It's been like, what? God, how long
Sorry,
ago?
guys. It's Saturday.
Yeah, no. How long ago has Yu-Gi-Oh! Been off the air, actually?
It's always on still. It's
No.
in reruns on Nickelodeon.
That's Nickelodeon.
I'm convinced. No, seriously, yeah, it's a Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
now.
Oh, really?
I'm
Nice.
convinced. I'm convinced that Martin's popularity and Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge's popularity is like what gets like original Yu-Gi-Oh! Back on television in the U.S. I swear to God.
Guess so, because I mean, like, what's the last thing we've been doing? Card games on motorcycles? That's like the last
No,
thing I
card
remember.
games in space.
What? Really?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Zuxel.
Oh, wow.
I have not been following it in the very least. But the bad thing is, I can believe this.
Yeah, I auditioned for that show once. Didn't go very well.
To just yell card games in space.
No, it was cool. I met the voice of Pegasus. He was the director.
Really?
He's still on the show. Yeah, really good guy, Darren Dunstan.
He's got a very nice voice.
He does. He's a good performer. I like him. He's on Pokemon also. He's on Pokemon Black and White as well.
Yeah, as far as like Joey and Tristan, like if I haven't seen something in forever, it's hard for me to call back names just because I've got so much information coming in one ear and out the other just about video games.
You know what? You know what's funny to me, actually? Okay, have you guys seen that show, Wander Over Yonder?
Yes.
I have, just because Lauren posts it every time, and I'm like, okay, Lauren posts it, it must
Because
be good.
that
Go
show
watch.
is- I really enjoy that show.
Shady, have you seen Wander Over Yonder yet?
Oh, and Shady.
I've seen Wander Over Yonder.
So what's funny to me about that, so Sam Riegel, who was the original voice of Tristan, did the, whoa, hey guys, the thing that Martin, like, based his whole voice off of. He did Tristan for the first 10 episodes, and it was like a surfer dude. It was meant to be like whoa, hey, Joey, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then he got booted off the voice of that character because the producers or whatever didn't like it, and they thought it was bad. And now, he's doing, like, original, like, prelay cartoons. He's doing the voice direction for Wander Over Yonder, and he plays Captain, Emperor Awesome, the shark, like the shark dude.
Oh, the shark.
Awesome.
Doing a surfer accent in a cartoon made by the guy who created Powerpuff Girls. How sweet justice is that?
That is pretty sweet.
That's great.
I mean, it's like, oh, I don't get to play as Tristan anymore? Oh, I'm going to go work with Craig McCracken. Screw you guys.
And, that's like 10 years later, but it's still, that's funny to me.
Yeah, timeline, schmimeline. Happened anyway, doesn't matter.
Well, Chris, it's the end of the show here. We got to wrap things up, mainly because, attention spans for, short horse famous people are very, very small.
Oh, of course. I understand. It's Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday, yeah. It's Saturday. I haven't drank enough yet. I mean, like, box of beer still unopened. I'm like Bender. I need beer.
Hey, you want a robot as your friend? I'm gonna stop. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, John's got himself a nice little gig there.
Yeah, just a little one.
Just a little one.
He's got a few good gigs,
What's this Gears of what now?
He wasn't originally the voice of that character. Steve Bloom was.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and that might have been interesting.
and Chris Sabat was going to be at one point, I believe, too.
Oh, look who rejoined. Oh, God.
Oh, look who's back!
Oh, for God's sake! What hell happened?
I'm like, grab your dick. Connect me on the button.
Oh, God. You two have great chemistry, and I think that's why Tome does
We also have great
a little
sex.
bit better.
Oh, God.
Well, that explains a few things, I guess. I mean, Kirbopher and Alpha always standing next to each other.
Is that what this is?
Hey, if it fits, it ships.
Okay.
That's exactly what this is.
Pretty sure even if it doesn't fit, it still ships.
According to the internet.
Well, I mean, he was really upset about the fact that he didn't get to be as a partner for the tournament, so I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know, but people are going to have to wait and find out, I guess.
That's right. Look forward. We have a new short coming out. Check that out. It'll be on all new shorts and episodes will be on the website first, chrisniosi.com/tome. We got a new short coming out. Living Tombstone's doing the music board. He's probably working on it right now. Well, he's on vacation in Hawaii because he doesn't know when to stop working, and I love him.
Oh, he sure does.
We got episode 9, which I'm literally have been animating episode 9 the entire time we've been doing this interview.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so look forward to that. I'm gonna do my best to top myself on episode 8 and make this one really awesome. So I hope you all enjoy it.
Oh, definitely will. I mean,
and thank you guys for having me on board. This is fun.
It's not a problem. We didn't go into a field that we will not mention and talk about certain things, so we're good. I mean,
except you're implying
Everything worked out. We all had fun. We all had laughs.
no, I'm saying we're not talking about Kung Pao. Oh man!
Of course.
Yeah, we're not talking about Kung Pao under the fist. That's not exactly why we're here. We're talking about Tome, Chris Niosi, and ShadyVox, who have been wonderful guests because it's hard dealing with a crazy Hoosier who moves to Texas and doesn't get enough sleep. Anyway, viewers, go watch Tome. Go just visit everyone, their Tumblrs, their Twitters that do the cast and crew of Tome, and buy Cryamore, buy Skullgirls, buy Soul Shatter. It's just a great lineup of stuff, and Chris, it's been an amazing talk. I don't know if this tops talking with Laura Shigihara, but it was funnier.
Well, I'm glad.